Welcome back to another Celebrity Sweets. I'm Ethan and I just got back from space. That's because the MTV gosh, I gotta do it with one hand. Try that again. VMAs are happening very soon. The VMAs, or the Video Music Awards, is an award show held every year focusing on music. And like the statue that the artist received is like a moon man. That's like kind of the theme. And going off that theme, we are going to make a treat inspired by the moon. If you know about those like moon pies, they're like a cookie that's got marshmallow in them and then coated in chocolate. They're really good. We're going to be making some mini versions of those, actually shape them to look like moons as well. And the ingredients for this recipe are all-purpose flour, butter, granulated sugar, eggs, brown sugar, cornstarch, vanilla extract, salt. The first thing we want to do in making these moon pies is prepare the cookies themselves. But first, let's do some predictions. You can leave your predictions in the comments below. These are just mine. Haven't seen anything. I went up to space, but you know, they don't have TVs up there. The moon's pretty boring. Just a bunch of holes. For the category of pop, I'm going to say thank you next. Ariana Grande. New artist, Lizzo. Song of the year, Old Town Road. And artist of the year, I'm thinking Billie Eilish. Now, all those could be true, all those could be false. I'm really just hoping that Katy Perry gets her Vanguard Award. We want to combine all of our dry ingredients, our flour, cornstarch, and salt. Once you have all your dry ingredients in your bowl, whisk it up. Kind of matches my outfit. Incidentally, when I was in space, this is all I ate. I've set our dry ingredients off to the side, and now in a large bowl we can start creaming our butter. However, I have a new topic to talk about. Who is the host of the VMAs? Like, I know it's Sebastian Maniscalco. Never heard of him. Katy Perry was a better host. Add in all of your butter and using a hand mixer, beat it up until light and fluffy. This takes about 1 to 2 minutes. When your butter is light and fluffy, we can add in both of our sugars. This will be our granulated and brown sugar. It's now time to add in our eggs. And with our other egg here, we actually want to separate this out. We're looking for the yolk for this cookie recipe, but save the whites. We'll use that for our filling. Finish off your wet ingredients by adding in your vanilla extract and mix it up for the last time. We've now got our wet and dry ingredients both separately mixed, and we can start to combine them to form this cookie. We're going to add half of our dry to our wet, mix it up, add in the last half of your dry, and mix it up. Our dough has come together, and now we can wrap this up in some plastic wrap. And we want to let this dough chill in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. You can leave it in there for longer, but at least 2 hours. Peace. What's the alien sign? The extraterrestrial? No. Oh, it's like this. Our dough has finished chilling, and we can start to roll these cookies out. Now to do this, well, I gotta unwrap the cookie dough first. First thing is unwrap your cookie dough. And I'm gonna be using a tablespoon, which I always keep my tablespoon in my trusty pocket. You never know when you'll need this. And scoop out about a tablespoon of dough from your cookie. It's like a little tiny planet, like Pluto. But I don't even think it's a planet. I've got 6 cookies on our sheet, which how many planets are there in the solar system? The sun is a star, and Pluto doesn't count. Okay, that's 2. That don't count. So that's not 2, okay. Earth, Mars, what's after Mars? Mercury, Mars, Earth. After Earth is Venus? Where's Neptune and Uranus? Oh, and Saturn. I forgot about Saturn. Speaking of Saturn, we now want to flatten these cookies out just a little bit. And I don't know if you've ever been to space, but the moon has a bunch of craters. I want to make those craters into these cookies. I've got like a sculpting tool here with like 2 ball ends, and I'm just gonna leave that like crater impression on all of our cookies. When you've imprinted all of your cookies, now pop them into the oven at 350 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes. While our cookies are baking, we can start to work on our marshmallow filling. The first thing we're going to do is bloom our gelatin. We're looking for about a half a tablespoon of gelatin. We're going to add this gelatin to a tablespoon of cold water. There are 3 components to this marshmallow filling. I set our first one, the gelatin, off to the side, and we can work on our second one here. I've got our egg white that we separated out previously, and we're going to add that to a small bowl. Take your hand mixer fitted with a whisk attachment and beat this egg until it reaches soft peaks. The last component for this marshmallow filling actually involves the stove. I've got a small saucepan over here with a candy thermometer, and to that I want to add in 2 tablespoons of water, a third a cup of granulated sugar, maybe the corn syrup. Actually, I always just like to keep my little tools in here. You never know when you'll need a spoon. Take your corn syrup mixture over to the stove and on medium-low heat, cook the mixture until it reaches 235 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it has reached that stage, add in your gelatin and mix it up until completely dissolved. Once your gelatin is dissolved, it'll look almost milky, kind of like the Milky Way, and then bring it back to your workstation. I've taken our hot mixture off the stove, and now I can carefully start to pour this into our egg whites. Carefully begin pouring your hot sugar mixture into your egg whites while beating on a low speed. Once you've added in all of your hot sugar mixture, bump up the speed a little bit and beat until the mixture becomes sticky and fluffy. I took that marshmallow filling that we just made and put some of it into this piping bag here. Just snip the tip. It'll just be easier to fill our cookies, which we have here as well. And I'm going to fill them with our marshmallow filling. I'm only going to be filling one of the cookies and then sandwiching the other on top. While our cookies are setting, there's one more thing I want to make to these cookies because right now at this point we're just making a moon. However, I really want to make it look like the MTVs, the VMAs, all that kind of stuff. So I went ahead and made a template. I made this template and I'll put a link to it in the description below. It's just a bunch of MTVs. I'm going to cut each of these out with a pair of scissors. I've got my MTV logo over here, and I've also got a skewer and some tape. I'm going to attach the skewer onto the sign, the logo, with the piece of tape, and this will act as our cool flag. Like what the moon man holds. Moon person holds. The marshmallow inside of our cookies have firmed up, so now we can coat them in our chocolate. For our chocolate, I've mixed together some white candy melts and a little bit of black candy melts to get this light gray. I also went ahead and added a little bit of coconut oil to this because that helps us dip our moons. Simply take one of your cookies and place it into your chocolate. And to help you drizzle off any of the excess, use a fork. I've got 2 of our moons here, and just like Neil Armstrong, I now want to claim it. He didn't really claim the moon, he just put a flag on it. I want to put a flag on it. Because if you like it, then you should have put a flag on it. The little skewers that we made, I'll just stick those into the marshmallow layer of our cookie. And here we have them, our MTV VMAs inspired moon pies that we made today. I thought this would be a perfect kind of space treat for this awesome night of awards. Now, I don't know who's winning these categories, but I do know that this is an amazing treat. And if you have any other requests for another celebrity sweets, please leave those down in the comments below as well. Until next time, savor life and make it sweet. I hope you enjoyed today's out of this world video. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button down below. And while you're at it, subscribe. You can do it by clicking this cute little donut right here. If you're looking for more content, up here's my latest video, and down here's what YouTube thinks you should watch. That's all for today. I will see you guys in the next video.